This is the number one secret that top CEOs use. And when I use the word secret, nothing's ever really a secret, but it is if you're not using it. So here's the thing I want you to know, that the CEOs who are successful have taken the time to grow themselves. This is important. They've taken the time to grow themselves. So you might say, well, why is that such a big deal? Why do they need to grow themselves? And I'm not just talking about learning about, your particular organization. Of course, if you're, in technology, you need to know technology. But I'm talking about the number one secret is really growing you. And that means personal development. So the people that I've talked to, they're so wonderful. I can count off, so many of these people who I'm just like infatuated with. I hate to say the word infatuated, but it's true. I adore them. Like the vice president at Adobe in England, right in England, wonderful, wonderful person named Claire. And Claire is such a sweetie. And one of the things, every time we have a conversation, she starts talking about, self-revelations, something new she's discovered about herself, something new that she knows she needs to work on so that she can be a better person, so she can give it to other people. And this is the secret that top CEOs do. They have habits that they do daily, In order to give more, they first have to give to themselves. Let me say that again. In order to give more, they first have to give to themselves. And men are better at this than women. Women have this thing that says I have to give everything away. I got to give all of myself away first. I got to give to my children. I got to give to my team members. I've got to give. And they're exhausted at the end of the day. And I had a similar experience when I was coaching basketball. And I was coaching one of my Elite 8 teams. And I can remember how exhausted I was, because coaching is you're giving. Every practice, every game, you're focused. You're just so uber focused. And I went to my athletic director and I said, hey, Tom, I feel like every day that I'm giving a whole, gallon of myself, and I'm giving a shot glass back. And he had this really wise words. He said, well, that's what it's like being a coach. I'm like, thank you. That was really helpful. That really changed me so much. Thank you. And I went away knowing that I had to do something different. I was like, I can't keep giving because I'm not getting. I'm not filling myself up. I'm not filling my tank up. So I have to have some way of filling myself up. And this is the thing that CEOs do, is you talk to them, they have habits, daily habits that they do that fill themselves up first so they can give to the people around them. So some of the biggest habits, number one, is gratitude, having an attitude of gratitude. So being thankful, like starting the day of just saying, I am so thankful for, and looking around at the things around you and saying, I'm so thankful. So I read this, I listened to Oprah Winfrey once, and she said, every night before I go to sleep, I write down 5 things I'm grateful for, 5 things. So she has a gratitude journal, and I go, well, if Oprah can do 5, then Sherry can do 10. I was like, I'm going to outdo Oprah. I'm going to double what Oprah does, right? That's ego, by the way. And so I started my gratitude journal, and I would get to 5. And I'm like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's great. And then I get to 6. I'm like, huh. And the challenge is, if you wrote the same things down every day, it'd be great. But with a gratitude journal, you must write down something different every day. That's your challenge. And what that does is it brings your energy up. It brings your awareness up of the things that are good around you. And so when you're looking at one of your team members, you're grateful for who they are, even if they're a pain in the butt. You can see something good in them. That's your challenge. And it increases your energy. You have a different energy. You're examining, you're bringing forth an energy of gratitude to the people around you. So that is number one that everybody should do, is that attitude of gratitude, is having that, either the gratitude journal or just a minute where you're just throwing out gratitude. The second is reading something. Every single CEO I've talked to is a reader, right? And so either Audible counts, I'm going to say Audible counts, or they read books. I was talking to one the other day, and she said, I read 56 books a year, 56, a book a week. And she goes, I take the book, I put it into, pieces of 7. So right when I get it, it's like 7 days. So I got to read this many pages, then this many pages, and this many pages, so she can get a book a weekend. So reading, like constantly reading, like filling your mind up with either keeping your mind focused on the positive or remembering the things that you used to know, but now you don't. So all those things are really important. So it's an attitude of gratitude, and then reading. And the last thing is, I think, is really essential to fill yourself up, is some sort of spiritual practice. And whatever that looks like to you. So whether that's meditation or it's prayer, whatever it looks like to you, whatever that spiritual practice is for you, is so essential that you do. And I'm not one to tell you what it looks like, but whatever that is. So for me, it's meditation. I I lay down. I'm not very good at sitting in meditation. I lay down and I really focus. I clear my mind. I breathe in. I feel that. I connect to that. I think this is so important is when you don't fill your cup, you can't give to anybody else. So what are your daily 3 that you do every single day to fill your cup so that when you go to people, that you're able now to give and you're not empty, you're not in that overwhelming place, you're not in the burnout place, you're able to give. So think about what are your daily 3 practices to fill yourself up so you have the freedom to give to others every day.